Hello, this is Jcamera here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the LEGO Modular Set, the Assembly Square, released in 2017, meant to be a 10-year anniversary when the modular themed sets began. The set number is 01255. The set is about 4,000 pieces over that, like maybe 4,002 pieces. I got this set for $400. That's like 10 cents per piece, which is a pretty decent value with some exclusive and/or rare pieces. Sorry if I sound a little odd. I have a bit of a cold going on. I mean, when don't I have a cold? But anyway, here is the big set with the instructions. So this comes in 6 different bags. There's multiple bags the same number. You'll get like at minimum a good handful of bags, and the bigger bags will have mini bags within them, so beware. So this is a bit of a pain to build because this took me like 14 hours to build. I am not kidding. Like, I shit you not. Like, it took that long. This could be because it's the largest set I've ever gotten. Like, I've got some pretty big sets if you've seen some of my other videos, but none are this big. It's my first ever modular. There's quote-unquote 6 bags, but let's be real, if this was any other set, there'd be at least 30 bags, at least. But anyway, we get through the building. This comes with one 32 by 32 green base plate, and then a half a base plate with 16 by 32, also in green. Yep, just building on through the sets. Not really anything special, it's just get it done. Then we get the piece count, which normally it's not usually this big. It's like 2 pages usually, maybe 3 tops, but here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets. We get some more LEGO creator sets involving vehicles. We get the other modular sets, the ones that came out more recently, like the detective's office and the brick bank. And then we get the list of all the modulars that came out up to that point. The grayed out ones are ones no longer available in store, and the ones in color are the ones that you could still get at the time. And then here we get the LEGO Life app being advertised and all that. This is very beefy. Like, this could be its own book on its own. Like, in stores in a bookshop or something. That's how thick it is. But there's the instructions. I am not throwing it out. I'm thinking about selling it. I'm not making any promises, but anyway, here's the big ass modular set. So let's start with the minifigures. So normally I would do each minifigure one at a time upon a red box that I've got, but because these figures are so uninteresting and just generic city people, I decided to just group them all in one shot here. This is the only minifigure with any sort of leg printing, like a little apron on. Everyone else has like plank legs. I'm pretty sure they all have back printing though. I should also mention this ballerina figure has this little skirt dress piece. There's a chef hat on this one, which surprisingly is my first time, and an artist hat and mustache for this one. None of them have alternative heads. They all have the same blank, dopey face that LEGO began with. This is, of course, just meant to save up on money. And these torsos, I'm pretty sure all of them appear in more sets. I don't even think these figures in general are exclusive. Maybe this figure, but I could be wrong. I'll admit I am not too familiar, but there they are. The set also includes a little Chihuahua dog, which probably doesn't count, but I feel like I should bring it up. Here it is. Here's a little side build of a baby carriage. I forget its name, but here it is in red. And I like it uses like the for the wheels on this. I'm blanking on words, but anyway, here's a infant, my first ever baby minifigure, which is smaller than I thought. It's basically just a statue in yellow and white. You can take the head off pretty easily. It's blank. Easy, put it in there. So yeah, we got proof that one of these characters has... I don't know if I'll get demonetized by saying it or anything, but they made whoopee cushions. They got busy! But yeah, these characters are clearly here with the mindset that this is your first ever LEGO set, or to make the huge set that's really expensive be more worthwhile, like more worth the money, which personally I would have been just fine without minifigures, because, like, yeah, you will want some characters in your city, but at the same time, most people are probably going to want it for some sort of mock with their own characters and such. Like, they might want it for a Ninjago mock or a DC mock. For me, it's a Batman mock, or someone might want it for Marvel or something else, but whatever. That's the minifigures. I don't think anyone's buying the set for the figures anyway. I will be very concerned if you actually want the set for the minifigures, because the set's going to go up in price, like, really high, as some of the other modulars have. Some of them are, like, thousands of dollars, I think. Like, just part the figures loose, or something. If you're going to get the set, get it for the goddamn set, please. But anyway, I'll get to recommendations later at the end of the video. So, as I said, it's got a green base plate, which to me comes across as grass, but whatever. And this is a very large build. We got, like, the general street for minifigures to walk on. Little silver vents for, like, air conditioning. We get 3 of those in the sets. We get... This is a staple for every modular set. We get these little lampposts. Usually modulars come with 1, but because this is so big, we get 2 of them. And we get, like, little spots here so you can put on a minifigure, like, walking and running and whatever, or just standing there. So you can get some cool poses if you need be, and just to add some variety and texture. You'll notice on the floor there's a lot of, like, paneling and colors, because here and here it's meant to represent the entrance to the different buildings. Over here we get this fountain, which here especially uses a lot of, like, corner pieces, which is really nice and feels more modernized. Like, this kind of build would not exist in the 2000s for LEGO. Maybe late, not even late 2000s. Like, this is the best time for it. We get this little chrome ball, or, like, metallic. This is meant to be, I think, a water fountain, or it's meant to be, like, the assembly square, the big feature of this part of the city. You can also turn this around. Be careful, because there are loose bits, and this is really big, and you will, like, break a few things. But down here, we have little pegs that you can connect to other modular sets to make a bigger city or street. Over here, we just have grass, like, nothing special, but makes sense. It's meant to be dirty, like an alleyway. Speaking of alleyways, we do get a bit of, like, a sidewalk here for people to go past through buildings. Get some foliage in this building. And you can see here they're just not nearly as good looking or detailed. A little ugly, but makes sense. It's dirty in alleyways, so that's the idea. You get, like, places for minifigures to go in and out, like backdoor entrances for emergencies or for employees. Over here, we get this little bin. If I can just open this up, you get this little piece in there, in a little lid. Just meant this is the only bin in a set, surprisingly. At least outdoors. which are pretty common in modulars as well. I don't know if every single one has them, because this is the only one I've got, but this is for a play feature we'll get into in a minute. And over here we get more connecting points to other modulars with these Technic pins. And of course you can see like the windows, doors, and we get little like I forget what they're called, but you get places to walk and all that. Just showing off what it looks like. We get like an outdoor kitchen here, like a barbecue perhaps going on, like a little roof here, a plant, some seats, maybe people going on a date. And we get this little step ladder. It doesn't really look like that, a little awkward, but yeah, the idea is that you just pop on a minifigure and they're like climbing up, like in the Lego games. That's the idea. And we get more roofs. This one's just a plain roof, cool architecture, but not much going on. Then over here we get this window, this glass window, where you can see, like, what's going on. And you get this little area here. So if I can open this, yep, you can go in and there's, like, stairs leading up to the roof. This is just what this set's going to look like from the back. So now we get more in detail. So this first one is meant to be a coffee shop, followed by a like music room, and then ballerina or like dance. This is meant to be maybe for like a choir or musical or something. That's the idea I get, at least. We get over here a flower shop, a photography room, which can be hinted at by the white curtains being covered up. We get a little bakery here, dentist's office, and just some apartment. You can also like remove the roofs if you want to, so you can get a more in detail look at every little part of the set. We'll start with this building here, and each floor does come off. You do have to be careful though, because of this sign being super fragile. But if I can just open this on up, here's what the coffee shop looks like. We got some food in here, little counter. We get little waiting area, some seats. We get obviously stairs and like the entrance over here. I don't know if you can see that. You get some foliage over here. Maybe poison ivy's taking over the place. I don't know. Yeah, not a whole lot going on, but there's like enough to keep you interested. We get the back door here and just plain windows here. This building mostly uses black with some brown contrast and olive green. And pretty good floor detail, like that's different. We get these cute little bits here, some lights, which you can rotate if you really want to. I just like keeping him centered as possible. This is also meant to be a homage to the Cafe Corner modular set, because this is the 10th anniversary and they wanted to celebrate it, and this is their way of doing it, making some references and homages. And you can see also on here we get some flat tiles and one studs there. I forget the name for them, but I'm not very good with names and words and stuff, but you get like flowers on here. This is very rounded, giving this like style and depth, more of an identity to the build. I will say you also have to really line this up, which can be a little taxing, at least for me. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but that's just my experience. And as I said, putting this up can be a bit of a pain, especially if you want this to be centered. I do like how it's designed with just this cup and then this little whisk coming out, the steam, if you will. And you get this little sign here. These oval windows don't have glass for whatever reason, maybe to save up on cost, or they've been broken, or air ventilation of some sort. This is like music room, like a little area, like as you can see, the ladders lead up that way. You get some guitars, get a little counter, maybe that's to record music, and then you get a drum set and a saxophone. And then more windows. Pretty cool looking, a little bare and empty, but there it is. Maybe the owner's a musician, but probably just some other person's apartment. And of course, we get more stairs leading up to the next room. This floor is a little easier because it's not going to be a detriment to this. It's not going to ruin anything. Also, I like that here they're trying to mix it up by different kind of pieces to make the build more interesting and exciting. I will say, it does get tedious after a while building this. Same old, same old. I think the baggings of it really doesn't help either, but this area here has like a piano, which there's like steps there that you can just barely see, and a seat to like play the piano. More stairs, and like the piano kind of blocks it, but there's a way to like get in. There's this like reflective mirror, that's literally mirror, for like the ballerina to watch herself, and like a pole to dance. And I'm not familiar with dancing, I don't take dance classes or anything. And then we get a little balcony here that you can just open up, and then you can have like her sing to the world, musical Broadway style, like all musicals do. Not all of them do, but it's a fairly common trope. But yeah, you can do that here. And of course, more tiling up, and then we get to the roof, and the stairs that you see right now are meant to connect to up here, and that's how you get out. And I think just these grills here are meant to be ventilation. And then we get to the other buildings. Same as the first building, you just remove each floor respectively. These two buildings are interconnected, I should mention, although the roof for this building is separate. And you do have to be careful when holding these. And they're actually quite a bit heavier too, so be warned. So we'll start with the flower shop. This uses translucent pieces like green and just clear. Here we get a little corner for flowers, a parrot, which is the first time it's been recolored in blue. Usually it's like red or something. We get flower here, some money to pay, and then we get, if I can get the right angle, flowers to like buy there. We get here for the employees to get in and out, or sign in and out, whatever. This to like go cha-ching and all that. Some floor decorating, a lot of studs, not just flat tiles, but actual plates for minifigures to stand on. Some decent room in there. There's also no door there, because these are interconnected, probably the exact same building, but we count it as two buildings, not one. We get, like, at the front, we get a little place for flowers to be bought. And just get some equipment, maybe for employees, or you could buy them to handle flowers. I don't know how flower shops work too well, but there it is. And then we get a sign here with roses. And how this is built is like the brick bank. It's meant to be a homage to that set, which is really nice. And like this color is meant to be a homage. I can't remember which one, but I know this is meant to be a homage to one of them. This is Cafe Corner. I think maybe also, what's it called? The shop corner set. I forget its name, but it's meant to be a homage to that. Then we get over here this building, which is meant to be a little bakery. We get a clock up here, and then a door to go to the like alleyways, and like another door over here. And then we get like some cookies, cakes, donuts, and stuff. Like a whole shelf full of cakes and a croissant to buy because chefs are always French according to stereotypes, or Italian. Like a big wedding cake here. Like you could see a husband and wife in the typical wedding dresses. The windows for this build are made by like garage pieces in clear, which is really nice. Another like corner building, or corner-ish, and we get a flat building here. I just wanted to point that out. A little croissant to tell buyers and consumers that this is meant to be a bakery. Get like little spiky bits here, which make this look more gothic and cool, which for my custom Gotham City is going to be great. We get a little bit more of that here as well, which I don't know if that's intentional, but it looks cool. We get this bit here just meant to look like this, very cool. Then we get this, a little counter here to see all this, and then like a little drawer. I think there was another one elsewhere, but sorry, I have to really reach. You get like to pay, we get money for that. Basically the cash register, little balcony there, and then over here, if you see this green lever, you're supposed to push that out. And out comes the latest baked goods, which are being cooked inside this little oven. The stove. It is a bit tight for my really huge hand. But yeah, I can put it back in just like that. And you can open and close the door. I think, but was it the Parisian restaurant or something? Like, I think one other set had this, but I could be wrong. So that's floor 1 for this building. Then we get to the second floor. Again, you do have to line this up a bit. And I like how this really connects. I really like that. Get these windows. I like how the building technique on the outside is of a lot of like these to add detail and texture and color, because it's like a medium nougat color or something on the outside, but it's like tan on the inside, which is great. And you just get through here with these railways, whatever they're called. Another clock, just a generic clock here. We get a little waiting area, seat, a check-in, and then just have the usual dentist's office. There's the advertisement here, which, what does it say? Prevent yellowing, dentist. That's like a quote. And then we get like a painting here of a pirate ship, a sink, some goodies. If I can remove this out of the way, there's like dentist equipment in here, and you get this little bed that you can have one of the minifigures go on. You have this flashlight that can rotate. Needles, like maybe they're trying to do wisdom tooth surgery. And like we got a little sink, wash hands, whatever, but yeah. And you can put a figure here and you can rotate it if you really want to. But yeah, that's what it's meant to look like. And over here, just got a little potted plant. Over here, we get a photography room with some artist or photographer here. I think that's meant to be based on someone, but I don't know. The windows, the top half are white. I don't know if they're meant to be curtains or some safety thing people use. Yeah, this white backdrop. I'm sorry I'm very uncultured today, people. I probably do know some of the stuff I've just forgotten, or I need to see more of the world, but whatever. And you can move this however you like. You got like this little diamond as part of it here. And yeah, you can like change this all you want. I don't want to though, because of how hard it is to be like that, at least for me. Here's floor 3, or 2.5 in the case of this building. I like that the 4's hammers are used for architecture. That's really thinking outside the box and really cool. I know there's like a name for this piece which is super rare, but I don't know it. Get this kind of railway, although you can't really get minifigures standing on it, which is a bit of a shame, but I think it's intentional. This is the apartment. We get like a toilet here for brown seed, water. You get like in here, we get a little sink and something, maybe dinner, and then we get this fold out couch. Like it's a couch, and then you can fold it to be like, I don't know if I've built it wrong, but I'm like unable to make this fold out. But anyway, we get like a painting and then little builds. Like we get some sets here. Just random ones here. We get a reference here with the cafe corner, but it was like one of the first modulars that Lego made, like 2007. I think this was one of the first or second. Then we get like this little setup of this Lego, because this apartment belongs to a Lego fan, of a custom Lego world or city of train tracks, hills, water park, trees, and stuff. And over here we get the first modulars ever made with the cafe corner, as I just mentioned, and then the green grocer, that one, and then we get Market Street. Is that what it's called? I forget the name, but that's like the Lego Factory modular, like that. Yeah, the first 3 Lego ever made. The 3 that I'll probably never get because they're the rarest and expensive ones as of right now. Like we got a kitchen stove and a sink. That's really cool. Yeah, that's this room. A lot of references here. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the clocks are meant to be a town hall, like city hall reference. I don't really see it, but I did hear that being pointed out. Then, like, the stairs lead up to this little outdoor kitchen. Get these stairs here, which I think I've already pointed out, and all that. Like, kitchen stove, got 2 of these, somewhere to date, I guess. Not much to really point out. I think I've gone through that roof. And then you just add this roof like so. Again, be careful with how you line yourself up. And like, here's built a little different, if I can just show yous. Like this one has a rooster in it for architecture, while the other one does not. Probably just because there's a lack of space. Get this little roof here, which is really nice, and lots of silver bits and like lots of different colors, mold, shapes, and whatnot. One of the things that the floors are like whatever colors chosen. Like here, it's gonna be like here it's tan colored. I forget what they are. Like the first floors are always like detailed and tiled off, and then the others are plates in varying different colors. In this building, it's just tan, but yeah, just wanted to point that out because I want these to be as in-depth as these reviews could be. So there you have it. That's my review of the set. I know this is like significantly smaller than the Batcave review, which is 15 minutes, and the longest Lego set review I've done. But there's just not as much to talk about because it's not based on any particular IP or theme. Just this is meant to customize a Lego city. I'm going to use it for a Batman Gotham City. Let me know if you want me to make a video where I put Batman minifigures within the city and see what it looks like. It'll probably just be like photos and all that. I won't talk about it, but I might make that as a video. Not making any promises, but that's an idea. And I'm thinking of maybe also for future Lego, at least for the minifigure showcases for Batman, which, don't worry, will come out soon. We'll show this background. Just because I want to see like a city or something behind him. And let me know if you want to see more reviews on Lego modular sets. I'm not guaranteeing I will review any other modulars because these are ridiculously expensive, like hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands, depending on how old they are. All I say is that if I do more of these, and that's a big if, then there'll only be like 1 or 2 per year. And I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get every modular. Like, I'll probably get them like once in a while. So think of this as like a special review. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later.